Hey guys, V from Shark Fin Shears here. Thank you for tuning in to today's class where we're going to be doing a live haircut, bringing you tricks and tips that you can take this week and use behind the chair. I suggest taking one or two of these tricks, trying them out on a client this week, see how they work out for you. Have fun with it. We're going to have fun in today's class. And be sure to tune in every Monday or check out the YouTube channel so you can see the recordings as well. If you're in today's class, please stay tuned to the end. I want to give you a promo code that you can use on the website to shop around that'll help you out when purchasing a pair of shears. Shark Fin is dedicated to bringing education on the tools that you're going to be using behind the chair. I'll talk specifically about the shear that I use and why I like it. And I just want to let you know, again, before we get started, that Shark Fin has a shear for everybody, whether you're looking for a swivel or a non-swivel, a 5.5 inch shear up to a 7, and the different type of blending shears that we offer as well. There's something out there for everybody, and I want to make sure that you have the tool that you're comfortable with in your hand when you're working behind the chair all day. So again, stay tuned until the end. Thank you for tuning in today. And if there's anything in the future that you would like to see, hit us up on Instagram at Shark Fin Shears and let us know what you want to learn about. Let's get started.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to our Monday class today. We are not live, but I'm still bringing you an awesome model today. I am somewhere in Vegas at a conference for our point of sale system for our barber shop. So on to learning some of the business aspects of what's going on in the industry, but we're still going to bring you an awesome class today. So thank you for tuning in. If you are getting this through email and you're watching it for the first time, just want to let you guys know every Monday we are live at 1 o'clock Eastern time, bringing you guys tricks and tips, like we said in the intro video, that you can use behind the chair. And we're looking to bring you information whether you are a student, you are a veteran, you're a stylist, you're a barber, or an instructor. So any information or feedback that you have, you can give to us, would be very helpful because we're here for you. So you can email us at education@sharkfinshears.com or go to Instagram at sharkfinshears. Send us a message. Let us know if you guys are enjoying the class or if there's something specific you would like us to cover that would help you guys out. So just a little bit about today. I got one of my good friends who took time out of his day to be here. So just want to thank him for that before we bring him out. We are going to be spending a lot of today's class, if not all of it, on rotary clippers. And then, of course, using our Shark Fin shears for scissor cutting the top and our polish work and everything. So if you're not familiar with rotary clippers, metal guards, then this will be a good class for you. We're going to jump right into it today. So I'm going to bring out our live model. What's up, buddy? All right, this is Mitch. Yep. He's a Sixers fan.
Can't tell.
He's repping the school that I teach at. That's how you know he's a true friend. And he's here on a Friday afternoon. So thanks for being here today.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to first talk about clients that come in with hats on. All right. He's smiling because he knows he's infamous for this. So Mitch typically comes in with a hat on, but we'll talk about the implications of that and how we're going to get over it. Okay, so first off, he's going to have hat hair depending on, did you wash it this morning?
Last night.
Last night. All right, that's good. At least we got clean hair, clean scalp, so we're ready to rock that way. Here's the issue, guys. This band is going to put pressure on the hair. It's going to make it cling to the head, put impressions in that you're not going to know if it's like the hair or you're not fading properly or whatever. That can kind of be annoying. And then the hair on top is going to be put in a position where it might be difficult where you're fighting it to cut. So pop the hat off. Let's see what we're working with. All right. So not too bad up top. We're going to have a little bit of an impression, like I said, down around the head. But we're going to hit this with some tonic water. Tonic water is a basic cleanser, and it'll reposition the hair in its natural position so that you don't have to fight it while you're cutting. So that's what we're going to use on for Mitch today. Thank you for setting that. You did that on purpose, right? You wanted the students to know, and everybody out there, you know, what to do if a client comes in with a hat on, right?
I mean, you wake up with a bed head and I need a haircut really badly. I don't want to be scaring the people at my kid's school with my bed head. So
Gotcha.
the hat on.
Here we are with the hat on.
Yeah.
All right.
Mitch, you're like a famous skateboarder.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
Look him
right.
up on YouTube.
Never.
All right. When was the last haircut? Because I didn't do it.
You did not. About 5 weeks ago. 4 or 5 weeks ago.
Okay. And
I've been trimming it up around the ears.
yourself.
Yeah.
Nice.
Trying to.
All right. Well, you didn't hack it, so that's good.
Yeah.
All right. Something to work with. You're going longer on top than I've normally seen you with.
Not by my choice.
Not
Yeah.
by. Is this the wife's choice?
No. This is the place that I had to go to because you're busy with your son.
Yes.
They like to cut hair a little bit longer on top.
Okay. So they just left it longer on top?
Yeah, I asked for shorter and they did it longer anyway. So
Okay.
Here we are.
What do you want to do then?
I want to
Kinda.
do like a really short fade low all the way up to, not long. Like I'd rather keep it short, but just enough to be able to do a little bit of styling
Okay.
on top.
Yeah.
Like needs to be professional, and that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
I think a higher fade is probably good.
All right, cool. 2008. All right, so a couple of things we're gonna pick up on here. Mitch likes he likes a tighter haircut, but we don't. If you picked up on something that he said he wants the fade, but if you watch where he pointed to the back of his neck. This is key if you're a new barber. You have to be able to define what you do. Okay, people are gonna throw out, short on the sides, or I want a fade, or they're gonna throw out just different haircut styles, different names for haircuts. Maybe different parts of the country have different names.
I didn't know what a crew cut was. One time when I was a kid and I asked for a crew cut.
And they buzzed you?
Yeah, I didn't know. I had like long hair at the time, and I heard somebody say they were getting a crew cut. So I went in and said, "I want a crew cut," and they like buzzed my head, and I had started crying. I was probably 7 years old.
Okay, so there you have it.
Yeah.
To avoid that, okay,
Yeah,
so
avoid making me cry.
to avoid making Mitch cry, you're the professional. So when you're asking questions, you're gathering information to give them the desired look that they want. All right, I know, and I've seen barbers who ask, but they already have it in their head what they want to do, and then they just start doing that, and now you're off. Okay, so the reason we're going to do that, we want to aim to give the client the desired look, but also you're trying to build a book. If you've been a part of the classes, I can't stress this enough. The clients coming back to you, building a book is going to produce your income. Okay, so it's a win-win. You give them what they want, they come back and help you out in life. That's how this works. Okay, so
I usually come in and say, "You tell me what kind of haircut I need."
and we have people like that too.
So that's when I need you to tell me what you're about to give me. So when I come back next time,
We're good to go.
Yeah, exactly.
You're saying literally tell you.
Like I've come in here and I've said, you said, "What do you want?" I said, "I don't know. You're the professional. You tell me." And in that case, like I think it's helpful for you to go explain to me, here's how I'm going to cut your hair. Because here's what I think will look good.
Exactly.
And then after you've explained it and I see it, then I can explain it back to you because you told me, here's what I'm going to do, here's what I'm doing, here's what I did.
Do you want to teach this class? I think Mitch should just rock out.
Bro,
Let's give Mitch the clippers.
Let me cut it, bro. Let me give him a fade.
Should I? Okay, we could do that.
It's sales 101, man. Here's what I'm going to tell you, here's what I'm telling you, here's what I told you.
Hey, is that centered enough? Did that look centered enough to you? Or you want me to move the camera over?
No, we'll make it work though.
Okay, it's freaking me out.
So, all right. So let's go with that. Let's go with that situation real quick though, and then we'll jump into the haircut. So somebody coming in and telling you, or telling you do what you think is best, you're going to need a little bit more information. So I know Mitch. I know what he does for work. He's a family man. He needs to look more professional. And at this point, I think we're getting to the point where we're considered old. So we need to give him a styled haircut that is going to fit his lifestyle, his personality, and things like that. And that's where I would go deeper on asking kind of conversations about what do you do for work? What do you do for fun? Do you want to style your hair during the week or on the weekend if you're going out? Things like that. The one thing I did skip over was Mitch said he wants to go shorter. My question that gives me a lot of information is, do you want skin? If they say they want skin, then I'm going into a skin fade and figuring out how high they want to go. If not, and he just wants to go tighter, then I'm going to start with kind of a higher clipper, work my way down until he gives me the thumbs up. So I would just cut one panel, and once he tells me, yeah, that's tight enough, then we're good to go. And then I'll take that all the way around the head. You want to avoid, the more information you can get up front, then you'll avoid double cutting, triple cutting, okay? Because if you don't ask and confirm, and then you finish the haircut and they want to go tighter and you don't have time or whatever, that's your fault as a barber, okay? So going through a good consultation, confirming everything, and executing the haircut properly, you can't ask for anything more. All right, so Mitch, I usually give you the skin in the taper area, so you just still want to do that. You don't want the skin around the ear, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right, cool beans, here we go. So we're going to do all detachables today. Metal guards, I have a 3.5 on, and knowing, having cut Mitch's hair for years and everything, we're going to go down to a 1.5, and I'll walk you guys through that now. The last haircut was 5 weeks ago. I can see where the transition area is here. We're going to drop in the back for the crown area, repeat on the other side, and then we'll scissor cut the top down nice and tight. I kind of like this, man. You don't like this flow?
It's just a little bit too much. So like, you can't see right now because I wore the hat, but the hair in the front like comes down into my eyes. Gives me like a little like emo look that I'm not going for.
Gotcha. There it is.
Yep.
See? So style, personality, not really looking for that hair in the eye.
Yeah.
So what else is going on that you want to share on camera with other people?
Nothing. We're just getting ready for baby number 2.
Yeah, it's exciting. And you said around late November, early December?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Between that and work, that's what it is right now.
It's enough. It's enough.
More than enough. What's good with you?
Boys are good, man. Dominic is almost 6 months old. He's
Sleeping?
yeah. He's almost slept like 4 hours from the rip, man.
Really?
Yeah, so and anything over 2 is good.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's working for us. He's doing well. All right, guys, that's clearing with the 3.5. So I'm gonna work my way down. We're gonna go at 2 3/4, and I'm gonna go. I technically left the head like right here with the 3.5. Everything else was floating, so I kind of just let the clipper go up and off the head, clearing some hair above, which just basically cleared a little bit of hair out and did a basic layer. Once we cut the top, we'll still have to go back in for our transition. So this is a 2 3/4. So I'm gonna just stay under that 3.5. Blend the 2 clippers in together, and this is going to be the process working down to about a finger width above Mitch's ear, and I'm gonna work down to a 1.5.
My dad moved out of his house.
Man, is it just on the market?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like yesterday.
That's wild, and he's already out.
Yeah, it's crazy. I want to go over there tomorrow and grab some stuff that I left there.
Yeah. And you cleared out all your old stuff?
Well, I think so, I don't know. My sister and my brother-in-law did like so much work to get it ready to look.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a lot, man.
Yeah.
How's he feeling?
I think good.
Like, okay with the like, you know?
Yeah, he feels good about the decision. Yeah, that's the right thing for him.
Huh?
It was the right thing for him, for sure.
Yeah.
Never easy leaving a house I've been in for almost 40 years.
That is so crazy, man.
Did you grow up there?
I grew up there, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just saying to somebody the other day, like, you go back there and you realize, like, I might not be back here again. And you start looking around at, like, all the stuff that was part of your childhood. There's, like, people that I call friends that I've seen fewer times in my life than I've seen, like, a tree in the backyard. You know what I mean? Like, there's, like, stuff there that I know better than people that I consider close to me. It's just weird. It's a weird idea.
Did you like write a book right now?
What's that?
It's like the intro to a book.
Yeah.
Mitch is a writer.
Yeah. Mostly apologies nowadays.
Yeah.
Where's my gin and tonic water you're going to spray my hair with?
I'm going to do that when I cut the top. No, I thought about that, and then as I was like cutting and clearing it out, wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. This up here, I'm definitely going to lay back down, and I don't think water's just going to do it. So, like I said, the tonic just has, but thanks for calling me out on that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
But yeah, that's the tonic. We'll see if the water does what I need it to do. But if hair's not cooperating the way that you need it to, the tonic again is a basic cleanser that'll lay the hair down in its natural position.
Are you talking like tonic, like cocktail tonic?
No.
What's
it's
tonic
like,
water? What do you mean? What?
Des said sugar water.
Sugar water?
Yeah. Des, look up the full definition of hair tonic water. So it's water with properties in it that have like basic cleansing properties, like elements to it. That's all. Because water will break like, so you have physical and chemical bonds in your hair, right? So right now your hair is in a position and it's physically put there. You put the hat on and it moved the hair and it moved it long enough where it like physically changed it, right?
Yeah.
Water can physically change hair as well, but it doesn't break down. It doesn't always break down the hair enough, like the position that it's in, to put it back in like its natural position or be able to like move it the way you want it to.
See, because like when I wake up in the morning and I have hat head or whatever, like I'll go put hot water in my hair or warm water. Like if I don't have time to shower, I'm just like racing to get ready to work or whatever. Like I'll run the sink, get hot water, put it on my head, and that will like help my hair lay in a position that's manageable. You know what I mean? It'll help. But there's something else I can use where I don't have to wait for the water to get hot. That would be helpful.
All right.
What is hair tonic? Hair tonic is usually liquid, but can sometimes be packaged as a pomade, and they can be refreshing additions to personal grooming supplies. Tonic breaks down the buildup of other grooming products without weighing hair down. Barbers often use tonics as re-wetting agents during a haircut. Applied to a hair, tonics make clippers and scissors glide easily through the hair for a smooth.
Boom.
There you go. We'll put that in the notes. So definitely for bedhead, and then like Des just said, if you like guys that will put product in their hair, and then they won't shower that night, and they get up the next day, your hair is even more like caked or stuck. Yeah. So you spray it with a little bit of tonic. It makes it pliable again, to the point, like you said, like the water does for you. Yeah. With just some bed head, but yeah, the tonic just helps that much more.
For whatever reason, I guess it's I don't know what you call it, it's cowlick or whatever. You know how my hair, like in the back top corners of my head, like it just like grows kind of naturally out.
Yeah.
So I almost always get like hair sticking up.
Oh yeah.
Like alfalfa on the side.
Yep. So here's a good point for people. So I have a grooming spray at the barber shop, where with what I'm talking to Mitch about, the grooming spray would actually help his bedhead in the morning. So as we're kind of talking about this is a pain point for Mitch and his hair, knowing that he likes to just wake up and go, and he'll shower the night before. I can sell them on the grooming spray. So at checkout today, Mitch, I'll walk you up to the counter.
Yeah, can you go?
And I'll sell you this amazing grooming spray that I have. And that'll get rid of all your issues with hair. I can only help with the hair issues.
Yeah.
If you guys see the clipper work, I'm like flipping it upside down, going down. I'm going against the grain. So Mitch's hair in the back grows in 3 different directions, which can be normal. Right here, you get swirls on the necks and everything. So in order to get that down to the desired length, make sure if you pick up on how the hair is growing, just turn the clipper and cut against the grain.
I have had haircuts where they don't do that, and it always grows.
Gross.
It's terrible. Yeah.
It's like a baby mullet.
Yeah. It's horrible.
That's awesome. Okay, guys, so this is down to a 1.5. We went 3.5, 2 3/4, 2, 1 3/4, and then a 1.5 down around the ear. We'll outline and do a little taper in the back. You can see you got a little dark spot here, which is literally, it's a little bit of length, but the hair right there is just darker than the hair next to it. So we'll polish that, put in a technique that's just going to make it look consistent with that grouping of hair that's right above the ear. All right, so where are we going to go from here? Yes. Let's outline. We'll finish the bottom, scissor cut the top, and then finish our transition. All right. Ho ho ho! What is going on? No phones on the set.
Sorry. Turn it off.
It's work.
Okay. You can turn the ringer off, please.
Mitch had to cancel his appointments today. Like I said, I got blessed with a lot of people that come out to be on the segment here during their busy day. And Mitch drove. We're about 45 minutes north of Philadelphia, where Mitch lives. So, man, just so much.
Big time commitment, honestly.
Seriously, man.
You should be helping with more issues than just the hair.
I should.
What advice do you have for me?
I always come with the advice, man.
Yeah.
Barber should be double licensed for therapy as well.
That was my business idea for you.
Yeah. What were you going to call it?
I don't want to give it away on the live stream. It's too good. Somebody will take it.
True. Yeah, so there are a few barbershops out there that are starting to advertise as that as well.
I looked it up, and there was one in Alabama, I believe. It was doing. Yeah, they were doing like therapy and whatever and haircutting.
Sometimes you just gotta let out what's on your mind and on your heart, man.
Yeah,
it helps a lot.
It does.
I mean, it makes sense because like you do some therapy sessions, whatever's on your mind, outside and inside.
I think it's more about the fact that like every day we're staring at a. Can I curse on this?
If you could edit it, that would be good.
Okay. We're staring at a little screen. We're staring at a little screen all the time that just takes all of our attention. And for 30 minutes or 45 minutes or whatever, like there's nothing to look at, and you actually get some peace in your life. And then maybe at other times in the world, like you didn't need that as much as you do now. But now you really need it. Do you hear me censoring?
Yeah, but but thank you. What's crazy is like the barbershop still has the same, it still has the same feel. I mean, it's a place of camaraderie for people to get together, you know, sharing. I mean, now we can share global news, but back in the day, it was just sharing community news, talking about what's going on, and whatnot. But it still stands true for today. I will share this. This is what's crazy. What, you know, if you guys are watching at home, if you've never thought about this, if you're cutting, so when I was cutting full time, I was 11 hours a day. I would see about 18 to 20 people every day, and every half hour somebody's rotating through my chair, asking them how they're doing, what's going on, and you never know what people are going to say to you. And I mean, you know, well, people sit in the chair. I mean, you got to know this in the job, because here's what's going on for us as barbers. You don't, or stylists, whatever. If you're cutting hair behind the chair and you're talking to people are coming in and they're sharing things with you, and they're very heavy. You know, there is a mental and emotional standpoint to this job that people just kind of overlook. You know, you talk to 18 people a day and they're sharing tragedy and triumph with you. It has an effect, especially if you're not equipped to kind of handle some of those situations sometimes. But what I would advise people is be mindful of that. If you're behind the chair, just be mindful that people are sharing a lot with you and that it can weigh on you. The other thing that I would say is if somebody says something to you and you don't know how to handle it, honestly, just be there. Just be there. Talk, maybe ask a question or two, or sympathize with them. You don't have to have all the answers, but if someone's confiding in you to tell you something, yeah, just do the best you can to be there for them while they're sharing. The worst thing I think you could do is just kind of stay quiet and pretend like they didn't say anything. That's not good.
Yeah, I think one of the interesting things about being,
Oh, what'd you say?
or you hit it with the yeah, wow.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's interesting how like this really speaks to the relationship aspect of being a barber. Because,
Yeah.
like, being a barber, the job itself forces you to think about other people. You have to think, because like if you don't do what they want, then they won't come back, right? If you don't care about what they have to say, then they'll say you don't care about them, and that can affect. And a lot of times people will sacrifice a better haircut for a strong relationship with a barber. Right?
Yep.
I've done that with.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
Terrible haircut. It's a relationship that I'm back for.
It's me.
I think the difference is a little bit, like a little more nuanced than that what Vinny said earlier, is that you build your book of business off relationships. Mm-hmm. And you won't build a relationship without empathy.
Yeah, and asking questions and being. Yeah, you gotta invest in the people that are sitting in your chair, you know? All right, here, I got one for you too.
All right.
My brother and I used to talk about this, when we're teaching and stuff. Let's talk about the level of trust that you have for somebody, okay?
Yeah.
Do you let anybody just do this to you?
Not in a long time.
No. Seriously,
Not since college when I can't remember her last name. Jess something. said she could cut hair and took the clipper straight
Oh,
off
I
the back of my head.
I remember
You
that.
remember that? Yeah.
But what I'm saying is like, look how close I am in your bubble.
Yeah.
Like I'm literally like, you know, touching your ear, touching your hair, touching your neck, like all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like this is, it's very personal, right? It takes a certain level of trust. Like, so my brother and I kind of talk about, you know, doctors, you know, chiropractors, massage therapists, like, you know, those are people that are normally this close. Other than that, you know, as far as barbers and stylists, like, we're in your personal space.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it takes a lot of trust to, you know, be able to let somebody be that close to you and cutting your hair and all that stuff.
I mean, like I have had plenty of haircuts where I say nothing after a consultation, and that's not terrible for me. Sometimes, like, I don't mind just shutting up and being quiet for a little bit either, but like, I'm also not loyal to that barber. Like, I'm not coming back to that barber.
Yeah.
I'll go to the Supercuts down the street if I want that cut. You know what I mean?
So that's what so now we're talking about convenience.
Yeah.
Okay. So there are clients out there who operate just solely off of convenience. And I think that's a good point. You're not gonna vibe with everybody. You're not gonna have that level of network or relationship, and that's okay. You know, as a client, you don't have to necessarily get along with every person, every chair you sit in, and the barber doesn't have to either. It's finding those people that you vibe with, you know?
Yeah.
Can you read that, Des? Look at that. What's that say? Told you it was coming. All right, tonic. Brought to you by Tonic.
Welcome to the Soviet Tour Spot.
I feel like I'm in a.
Oh, can we go to commercial real quick?
Yeah, right.
Did you want me to? I'm going to commercial.
I feel like we're in a kids show. You know? What's this, kids? Tonic.
I wanted to start teaching like that. You know what's funny?
What?
People would watch it.
Yeah. 100%. You just dress up in like a blue and orange hat.
Yeah. I'm going to be the Blippy of barbering.
Vinny.
That's how you know you have kids, when you know the theme song.
Yeah, you're gonna don't get copyright issues when you're singing like that. There you go. I'm serious. Watch the copyright.
This is too much, man. Too much, bro. All right.
Who's dropping hammers on the floor above us?
No, it's next to us.
Oh, they're hammering?
No, they're moving.
There's a gap right there.
We have a place of business next to us. Can you not draw attention to that, please?
Sorry, my bad.
We are in a beautiful remote place right now.
I am coming to you from an undisclosed location. He has scissors.
Seriously, look at it. Okay, so look at if you've noticed in the last 90 seconds, all right, to get the hair to kind of lay the way I want it to, we're distributing the tonic, combing forward, combing left, combing right, trying to break those bonds and kind of get the hair so I can have it manageable. Now, I have before, this is why I like tonic, because it saves you, it does save you time. If you spray water on it, you're going to be sitting there longer, and then you're going to probably get frustrated and just stop. And then when you go to cut, it can slow you down. So taking the time to get the hair the way you need it.
You see how long it is in the front?
Helps a lot. Yeah. Look.
Too long.
It's Clark Kent.
Woo! Look at that.
It's the longest my hair's ever been in the front of my head. That's not true. But
Oh wait, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
been a long
Did you
time.
want a crew cut?
just leave it. I'll just go home like this
Just go home like this.
and never get laid again.
Okay.
Censored. Censor it.
All right. Guess we're not taking that. Guess we're not putting this on the kids' YouTube channel. All right. So
Educational purposes.
how do we want to start this? Let's see here. I'll show you another trick today. All right. So I'm actually going to comb this all to the right. I've shared I shared this with you guys on a previous show, or episode. If you haven't seen it, now I'm like in like YouTube like episodes talk. The point where the front hairline and the temple line meet is the recession line. Okay, now the recession line doesn't mean someone's is receding. As you can see, Mitch has an awesome front hairline. It's a reference point for us as barbers. So if I'm gonna leave the front area out, I'm gonna go from at least recession to recession. This is the hair needed to produce that front look that Mitch was saying, where it's gonna pop up. Can you go down? Man, your hair is dark. Okay, so it's a little bit more difficult to see, but we sectioned it out and forward. So now I'm gonna work in the back. He said he wants it really short. It's been 5 weeks and they left it longer than normal. So I'm gonna go, we wanna go finger length on top and like a little longer than finger length?
Yeah.
Okay, so finger length, I'm gonna put my fingers right down on Mitch's scalp and then come up a little bit more, and we're gonna clear all that off. Try to stay in the discipline of cutting to your second knuckle. And right now, I'm not extremely worried about the final look. I gotta get this hair out of the way. So I gotta remove all this length. When I move my guide to my next section, I know I have enough hair. When there's hair there to cut, and I know that I don't have too much hair because I can see my guide clearly in front of it. Just cutting straight across.
What's your guide? The hair that you just cut?
So the hardest thing, what I find when I talk to my students, that first cut that I did is the guide. So, and it's a traveling guide. So there's two types of guides when cutting hair. There's a stationary guide and there's a traveling guide. So that first length that I cut sets up pretty much the length and measurement for the rest of the haircut, for the rest of the top that I'm cutting. So once I make that decision and move back, as long as you can pick up the hair and see your guide, you should be able to move through the top fairly quickly and with confidence. All right, we're gonna move into, now I'm gonna put a little bit more water in the hair. The tonic is in there. We used that for its purpose, so now we're just gonna use some regular water. So I just cut the middle, so now we're gonna move over to the right. Here's my guide. I only need about less than a fingernail's width. Here it is here. What are you doing this weekend?
I'm gonna go visit my dad tomorrow, and that's it.
Okay.
We needed a nothing weekend. We went to a wedding last weekend. We had something else the weekend before. We needed to do less this weekend. And then Monday, daycare is closed for Indigenous Peoples Day, or Columbus Day, depending on what you want to name it. So Rome will be home from daycare.
Those seem like two competing holidays.
Yeah.
Let's just stay focused that school's off on Monday.
Yeah. It's a very controversial thing, so you can edit that out. All right, I get it. Easy.
No, I didn't mean to do that. I snagged your calic.
Like,
all right.
You start talking about the debate, I'm kicking your ass.
Oh man.
Sorry, censored.
It's all good.
Yeah.
All right, here's a quick cross check. So right at the apex, a little bit to trim. Remember guys, the head shape is like this. So right at the apex, you might get a little bit of a triangle connecting front to back. That's normal. But this is why we're gonna cross check. And then I'm gonna show you why I chose to do, to section out the bang and work from behind the bang, start from behind the bang to the crown, because now I have a guide from the back that I can move forward and I can get an appropriate length for the bang without guessing. I think this is one of the hardest things that people face is the top, what to cut the top length to. And I use a lot of references. So if Mitch wanted to keep this longer, but it was too long and it's touching his eyebrow, I would ask him kind of how high above the eyebrow he wants it, closer to the top of the forehead. He did say he wants enough length to be able to flip it up, and so I'm going to show you how I produce that real quick. This looks good. All right, so here's the short hair, the hair I cut. I left the bang out, so watch this. We're going to pick this up center, and then I have a nice guide right here. So let's show you what we're going to do from here. Your finger angle is going to produce your cutting angle to the hair. So whatever your fingers do, the hair is going to do. So if I have my fingers pointed down to the ground towards Mitch's nose, I'm going to cut a lot of his bang off. What I like to do is get the guide, my fingers are flat on the head like this, and I'm going to raise up so that I'm pointing my fingers wall to wall, and that's going to increase the length as I move forward to the bang. I just pulled a section closer to me now to the left of his head, so I'm moving across the bang. You can see there's only a little bit of hair here. That's because we're in the smaller corner of the bang now, so the bulk of the cut is going to be in the center. The bang is in the shape of that triangle, so your most concentrated hair is going to be right here, and then as you move out to the left and to the right, it's going to be less hair to cut. So we'll double check that here. So again, find my guide, and then I bring my fingers parallel. So if you look at this, from where the hair has to reach from the bang and then up, it's just an over direction, but it's increasing the length, and it matches well with the haircut. Good thing you canceled that 11 o'clock, Brody.
Told you.
I'm glad you know me. I'm sorry if I caused any inconvenience for you today.
No, you're good. Cut that out in case they
I know where Mitch was.
You don't know what time of day this is at right now. Okay? You said afternoon earlier, so we're going with this is in the afternoon.
Oh man, yeah, that's hilarious.
He was watching like a shark fin thing.
You never know. Someone's gonna do a career change or whatever, you know?
Oh my goodness.
You said earlier you use a lot of references.
Yeah, reference points.
Reference points, like on my head, you mean?
So for different haircuts, so real quick, I just want to show them this. So I'm walking the bang forward now. I'm cutting it in two sections. So cutting that first section to the guide moved my guide up. Now I'm cutting the final hair that hasn't been cut. Yeah, so reference points, is that what you're asking me? Like what a reference point is?
Yep.
Okay, so what I like to rely on, or what I relied on early in my career was like, you've gotten so many haircuts, right? So if you're sitting in the chair for the first, if you're sitting in my chair for the first time, but you've had a lot of haircuts and I've never cut your hair, and you're trying to describe to me what you want, I can, and you know how it normally sits, I'll use reference points. So like if your hair is longer over the ear, and it's below the earlobe, I'll ask somebody if they want it like at the earlobe, mid-ear or above their ear. Once they tell me where they want it, that gives me a guide for the side. In the back, I can ask them, I can tell them hey, your hair's touching your collar. It's at your hairline, or do you want to taper? Those are, or the bang. I could have asked you initially, see this shortened up a little bit already. It was down to your eyebrow, the bridge of your nose. If you told me you wanted it about a finger width above your eyebrow or mid here, once I cut that, I could have reversed what I just did. So I could have cut it here first, I could have picked that hair up, and then walked it into the rest of your haircut, and it would have told me exactly what to do. So I will utilize the client and their knowledge on how they know their haircut looks when the haircut's done.
Yeah.
So that's like a 50-50 shot. But at least I'm just trying. Do you golf? Do you golf? You don't golf. Do you play mini golf?
I thought you were saying go off.
No.
I go off.
You play mini golf?
I don't golf. I don't golf. I don't mini golf.
You mini golf? Come on, you've
What was
mini
last
golf.
time I mini golf? How do you know?
Freddie Hill? I don't
Freddie
know.
Hill, yeah. It's been...
Well, point is when you're putting, okay?
Yeah.
When you first learn to putt, they tell you to draw like a 3-foot imaginary circle around the putting hole, and you just want to get the putt inside that circle. So if you can do that, then the second putt is you're just tapping.
Bend it in.
All right. So that's the same thing that when I'm teaching like new barbers, I'm kind of just saying your consultation should give you a target, and you're just trying to get within that target. If you get within that target, you're hitting your client's expectations.
Yeah.
Everything outside of that is just going to get better and better for you as the client continues to sit in your chair, i.e. retention, bring them back, build your book. It takes about 3 to 4 haircuts to really learn someone's hair and give them that tailored haircut.
Do you tell people that, like new clients when they're coming in? Do you say,
Absolutely.
hey, it's going to take me 3 or 4 haircuts to like really understand your hair?
I used to overcompensate and tell them that more, but then I started to realize like my initial haircut already was at their expectations.
Yeah.
So everything else was more of like a tailored kind of.
So then you're introducing doubt where there wasn't any.
No, I wouldn't say that. I still think it helps me to say, hey, I'm gonna get this, but there's gonna be room for improvement. And when you can say that and then prove it, man, the trust goes up. Like they're like, wow, this guy or girl really knows what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Like big time.
I saw Vinny do this a while ago on his one cut. I talk about this a lot, but like Vinny said, I'm feathering this guy's hair, and I was like, what are you talking about? And then like 2 seconds goes by, and the dude's hair looks like the tail of a duck. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. Like what?
Yeah, so when you said introducing doubt, what I would say is under promising and over delivering. So, but
Yeah. I guess that's being like,
but I get what you're saying.
at the end of a cut, somebody's looking at their hair and they're like, this looks good. And then you're like, it's going to take me 3 more cuts to really nail it. And they're like, oh, maybe it isn't as good as I think it is. That's the catch-22 you're in is
Maybe you're a pessimist.
you really have to like feel out the client, see like how they feel.
Oh, it's a judgment call too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if someone came in with this style haircut, this to us is like a classic haircut.
Yeah.
Then I would just kind of be like, I would be offering to you like, hey, let me know how this grows in. If we need to go a little shorter, a little longer in certain areas next time, let me know. That gives you the ability to share with me because most people will not say anything. Like you said, you've sat in people's chairs and, they've done a haircut. It's okay. There's things that you see that you would want changed and you don't say anything. You're just like, I'll just go somewhere else. So because I want retention, I'm going to say, hey man, I think this looks good. I think we hit the 2 or 3 things that you wanted out of today's haircut. This haircut's going to last 3 to 4 weeks. I'd love to see you back. We'll see how it grows in. And if there's anything you want to make changes to, just let me know.
Yeah, that's really good because I know me personally, I don't really like I said earlier, before we started recording, I don't like bringing the negativity. So like, if you mess something up, I wouldn't say much. You know what I mean? Like, if I didn't know you, like now I trust you, I know you, and we've been cutting my hair for.
Yeah, so I want to build that trust the
10
first
years.
time you come in.
Yeah, right.
I want that trust the first time you come in. Hey man, if you're not liking something, just let me know, or blah blah blah.
Well, that's why the consultation matters so much, because then if you're within that 3-foot range of the hole, then like I'm not going to be so far off where I'm like, wow, this guy doesn't get it, or this
Yep.
guy or girl doesn't get it, and I got to go somewhere else.
Yep.
But if you're close and you're asking for feedback, that whether it's this time or next time, then I feel more comfortable to have that conversation with you. Because I already don't feel comfortable having that conversation at all, really. Like I don't want to be like, this kind of sucked, you know. Like if anything, I might highlight the good parts, but calling out something that's negative is just hard for me as a person to do.
Yeah. Yeah. So so I'm hoping as a barber I'm removing that obstacle. And then here's the other thing. When I first started, and even today, like I still go to shows. I want to learn more. I'm not the greatest. I have room for improvement and stuff. Now, these there's certain haircuts I can nail them probably with my eyes closed and stuff. But you can't be so prideful that you can't have room to for improvement or for errors or anything like that.
Yeah, like consider the possibility that it might not be perfect.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is the barber going in like humbly, it requires humility to ask, someone, oh, you like this? How's this? And then allow them to say, no, I don't, can you fix this? Or I like this shorter, or, you know what I mean? But it's like, you're in the chair for a half hour, you're paying me money, I want to get the haircut the way that you like it to the best of my ability.
You made the point earlier of like getting to know the customer's personality too, and I would say like I've seen you cut like I don't know a teenager's hair or whatever, and you're doing something that's like not a standard or classic cut. When you're done, you're like, "Woo, that looks good!" And he gets out of the chair with a big smile on his face, so happy that he looks cool with his haircut. So like, there's a time and place for that too.
Oh yeah. Yep. That's hilarious.
Especially you being somebody that you carry yourself the way that you do, in like a way that I think gives people confidence.
Yeah. Well, again, going back to the shop, man, we as barbers, we should be instilling some confidence in people when they come in. Your hair was longer. It wasn't the shaggiest I've seen you, but
yeah.
We've a lot of us lived through a period not that long ago, a couple years ago, going 4 months or 6 months or a year without getting a haircut because we weren't allowed to or whatever. So we know what what changing our appearance can do, for positive or negative.
For sure.
All right, guys. So I've just been going around the transition area from the top to the side and the top and back, just kind of fine-tuning and creating that nice short to long blend there, which I think is coming out really nice. And I really like the way this came out. Can you run your hands through your hair? Let me know. I think I have a little bit more room to go a little shorter in the front if you want, but I just left it at a length where we can kind of mess with that.
Yeah, I say like this is how I judge it like because I could wake up. It's so hard for me to look at the camera.
That's fine.
Like I could wake up with it like this, and I want to be able to like put some water in my hair and get it up out of my eyes.
So a touch shorter?
I think so. Yeah.
Cool. Yep, I see that length there.
Yeah, I just like to be able to have it not be in my eyes, and the only other part, like I know my hair grows straight out of my head in the back corners of my head, and that's like the first thing that's like first sign that I need to come back for a cut is that I wake up with like the bed head that's noticeable in the back. And like a week.
That's your telltale sign?
That's my first sign, yeah. And then a week later, I'm like, start texting you, like, hey, let's start comparing calendars for the next 2 weeks.
All right, so that conversation is typical in the barbershop. If you miss it, if you're not paying attention to it, Mitch just told me when he wants to come back. So it's not even a question of if he wants to come back or he likes to get a haircut to a point where the corners aren't growing out and the length in the front isn't down in his face. So if I can get this haircut to last 4 weeks for him, and then book him his next appointment at 4 weeks, man, that's a client for life.
Yeah.
Mitch is bound by friendship to be my client for life, so Sorry.
Yeah.
You know, even if he does go get a haircut every once in a while from somewhere else, I think it just helps my case, you know?
Yeah. No, seriously.
It's not Thanos and Infinity War is like, where did that lead you? Back to me.
Yeah. I mean, like, but to your point though, like when somebody's been cutting my hair for a while, and every once in a while I gotta go get a cut somewhere else for whatever reason, because you know schedules don't line up, or I live an hour away, or whatever it is. It does. You do see like a stark contrast between somebody who knows your hair and who makes the point to understand what you're looking for. Like, do you remember that cut I went to at the barbershop that just opened up my old neighborhood?
I was literally just thinking about that.
So bad. It was like, I mean, and there's things, now listen, I'm a different client in that, like, I understand, like, I've seen you coach your students and things, like, on ways to make sure your barbershop is clean, you know, like certain practices of consultation and points of reference and stuff like that. Like I hear you say that to other people so many times now that I think I'm different than most clients. But I walked into this guy's shop and he did no consultation.
Yeah.
Just started cutting and talking to me, and as I'm looking down around the shop, I'm seeing loose hairs all over the baseboards, and I'm like, this guy's not a professional, you know?
Yeah.
And I went the next day and got it fixed at another barber, or maybe did I come to you?
Yeah, because you came up to see me and told me about that one.
Yeah, because there was something I had to go to, like a wedding or something, and I couldn't get out here. So I went to him just to like get it to a manageable point, but then I had to come out to you the next day to get it fixed.
Well, here, so that scenario, you know, maybe it just wasn't an overall good cut, but you didn't have an overall good experience.
Yeah, he was a nice guy, but I could just see that it wasn't like he wasn't seasoned, you know, like he wasn't like he didn't pay attention to the details.
Well, that's kind of different because there's people out there who've been cutting for like 8, 10, whatever years, and they just don't do that. So it
didn't feel like a service. I felt like I could have gone to somebody in the neighborhood and they would have given me the same cut. You know what I mean? Sit down and cut me.
Yeah. Well, what I was gonna say too is the other hard part for us is this is why consultation is so important and being versatile in what you can cut or whatever, especially in the beginning. You can do a great haircut, and if it's not what the client wants, it's not a good haircut.
Yeah.
So just kind of something to remember for everybody out there too. All right, so we're wrapping this up, guys. Like I said, we spent a lot of time on Rotary. We talked about top cutting, how to get a guide, how to include the bang. We did go back and polish the bang. I'm just gonna dry this up a little bit. I am gonna pay attention as I'm blow drying to kind of the points that Mitch said. He said, if you can see on this white background, which is nice, he said the corners grow in quick and stuff. So I'm liking this shape here and the connection between the crown and the side. So I'm looking at that. I think it's gonna grow in real nice for him. Like he said, his hair grows straight off of his head. First, it has to get to a certain length before it'll lay down. So with clients like that, you do want to pay attention to where the head starts to round and in the parietal area, because it will grow out faster, quote unquote, if you don't cut it short enough. That is a red flag for me. If someone comes in and goes, man, I don't know what it is, my hair is crazy, it just grows faster in this area, typically means either if you cut it last, or the last barber didn't go short enough. So I'm going to try to pick up on that stuff as well. All right. What are you thinking, man? So that's no product, that's just dry.
Yeah.
Run your hands through it again, let me know. I always ask my clients at the end of the cut to have them run their hands through it. Especially because they might move it one way, they might style it a little bit different than I did, and then I can go back and just make some minor tweaks. This is a well-balanced haircut. Mitch can wear it forward, He could wear it left, he could wear it right, he can wear it up, and it still has a beautiful blend to it with the length and shape. So, all right, guys. Well, I hope that you got something from this video. We had a lot of personal conversation today, just some real talk that happens in the chair. We talked about what's going on in the barber shops, why they're so important. We talked specifically about Mitch's hair today, and yeah, so a lot going on. Thank you guys for watching. Again, if you have any feedback, please reach out to us, education@sharkfinshears.com, sharkfinshears on Instagram. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon.